Pastoral Hospital coming in with a transplant patient. 52-year-old male with a dissecting aorta. BP is 174/64 and ETA is 4 minutes.
He had a little twinge of pain in his chest and his back, and then all of a sudden he couldn't walk. And they found that he had a dissection of his aorta all the way down to his leg. If he says build, then he'll need to get that artery opened up again, or else he'll lose the leg. All right, my friend, we need to put a special kind of IV into your artery, because we need to monitor your blood pressure really closely. The higher your blood pressure is, the worse this could get. We want to bring it down pretty quick.
Do whatever you gotta do.
That's the attitude I like. Right. An aortic dissection is a tear in the blood vessel that supplies blood to the entire body. Do you have a history of high blood pressure?
Yes.
Do you take medicine for that?
No.
How come?
I'm an ass. And, you know, every time I went in there, it's like, oh, yeah, you're still borderline. It's like, well, if I'm taking it, why isn't it working?
That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
We have other things to deal with today.
He sat on the couch and felt a pinch or something. He went to stand up and his right leg was just gone. Gone. He was perfectly fine last night.
What we're doing right now is we're trying to see if we can find a pulse in your foot. I don't expect we're going to find one because we know that you've clotted off that artery there. But this one's definitely warmer.
Yeah.
That's just the lack of blood flow getting in there. All right, let's go look at a scan.
I just hope they get the feeling to the leg back.
I'm speechless. I just can't believe it. I mean, he's only 53.
You know, the worst case scenario is that he actually ruptures the dissection and then he'll just bleed to death. So we have a patient with a torn aorta. We're about to look at the scans to see just how bad it is. See that there? That's the aorta. See that line that goes across it? So the scan shows that he's dissected his aorta, the type B dissection, but it's an extensive type B dissection to the point where it goes all the way down into his leg, so he's not getting any blood into that at all.
There's some clot sitting right where the aorta deviates into the leg arteries.
If we don't restore blood flow to his lower extremities pretty quickly, then he could lose his legs. But if his aorta ruptures, then he'll bleed out and he'll die.
Can you feel me touch you at all? You can't feel any of that?
Not really.
Okay.
So we've involved the vascular surgeons, and the plan is going to be to take him to the OR as soon as we can.
There's a chance, an outside chance, that you'd lose this leg. It's been at least, about 5 or 6 hours. We're going to get you to the OR as fast as we can and just relieve the swelling, and then we'll work on the blood clot. All right, we'll take good care of you, okay?
It doesn't sound good. My biggest concern is I'm gonna lose him. My second biggest concern is he's gonna lose his leg. Still don't feel nothing?
I haven't had the feeling in 5 hours. It's pretty bad. They don't have to amputate.
We just called in the vascular surgeon to examine my patient with a torn aorta. It's a life-threatening condition, so he'll likely need emergency surgery.
Essentially what's happened is the aorta is the main tube that comes out of the top of the heart, gives off branches to the arms, the head, the neck, to the intestines, the kidney, the liver, the gallbladder. In your case, the lining of that tube has ripped or torn, and blood has gotten into the wall of that blood vessel. And it's partially closing off the circulation, potentially to the intestines, to the kidneys, to the legs, even to the spinal cord. So the concern is if we don't do anything, everything I've talked about is at risk of dying. Okay.
Sick guy coming through. Look out.
He calls me the Weeping Winnie, Because like he's so calm and so easygoing, and everything just rolls off his back.
Are you cold?
No.
If you get cold, let us know, okay?
All right.
All right.
Our anesthesia doctors are very quickly going to put in a small drain around the spinal cord and drain the cerebrospinal fluid. The reason is when we cover that and repair that aorta, there's an increased risk of paralysis. And right here, you can see a linear tear where the dissection starts. And then it travels all the way down through the chest, down through the abdomen, and even down into the legs. Okay. okay, young man. We'll take very good care of you. In order to be able to treat this, we choose stents or grafts that are going to be introduced through a small incision in the groin through the femoral artery. To be honest with you, he could live without a leg. The life-threatening component is it's also compromising the blood supply to his intestines, his liver, his kidneys, his spinal cord. And those are the things that would likely kill him.
I told him not to leave me. We've been together almost 30 years. We have 2 kids. And I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do.
All right, so let's peel this off, flush out the back. So we rebuilt the top of his aorta, okay. There's already a better pulse in here. Fantastic. That looks pretty good.
Almost 3 hours, and we haven't heard anything. Waiting is the hardest, that's what they say.
Okay. Still need to do a fasciotomy for this right calf. You gotta get underneath that part there. We've put in 2 stents to reestablish blood flow to the legs. Now we're going to do some incisions on the lower leg to relieve pressure and tension and prevent long-term damage. And that's not nearly as bad. I think that's actually very good here. And the good thing is we can see the muscle is still alive. I can feel the pulse. Try it. Yeah, baby. That's what you want to see. So that's much, 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 much better. Outstanding. Success, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies. Good job. So we've gotten him through the acute part. He's got pulses in his feet. His kidneys are working. The perfusion to his spinal cord seems fine. His right leg's coming back. So he looks fantastic, guys. He really does.
Okay.
Heart's working, brain is working, lungs are working,
Okay.
kidneys are working, blood supply to the intestine, blood supply to the legs. And even the fact that we opened up the muscle and the muscle itself was alive, it wasn't dead, that's huge. So far,
Okay.
we're right there.
Yep.
And it's fantastic, and so we'll take it.
I can't thank you enough.
It's okay. Now you have the ICU. Now we want to keep an eye on his blood pressure. Now we have to make sure there's no other potential complications, and that's why for the next 48 to 72 hours, it'll be critical.
I'm so thrilled that he made it through surgery. And I'm just gonna go with what the doctor said and just take it as it comes. And at the moment, he said everything looks good. And I'm gonna keep telling myself that.
Okay, what do you got?
This is a copy of all your information and medications.
Don't lift anything heavier than 25 pounds for 6 months.
Our patient with the torn aorta is doing great. He's up walking, getting around, and in fact, he's going home today.
Well, he's coming home with like half a dozen medications.
I don't care if I have to hold him down and we'll funnel him down his throat. He's taking them.
You should maintain a low-fat diet.
Yes, ma'am. Low sodium bacon.
The doctor came right out and told us that 60% of people that this happens to don't make it to the hospital.
You ready?
I'm still here. They ain't killed me yet.
Nobody's forgotten anything?
I don't think so.
Hey.
I've been praying every day. I'm not ready for him to be gone yet. We got a lot of time to spend together yet before we're done.
Goodbye, Mass General. Thank you.
Are you going to the front seat or the back seat?
I'll probably be in the front.
Okay.
I love my job. I tell my kids and my family that all the time. To be able to see people not only now, but a month from now, or 6 months from now, or a year from now when they're walking and they've recovered and they're alive.